Here, let's delve into ego more scientifically. Ego is also a lump of energy. Energy is matter. Matter is governed by the law of universal gravitation, law of inertia, and law of action and reaction. Since our mind is also a mass of energy, it is governed by these laws. This is because the principle of matter and the principle of mind are ultimately one. Let's take an example to make it easier to understand. Let's say we tried bowling for the first time. Then, the experience of bowling accumulates in our minds. Then one day, a memory of bowling came to mind. Ah, I'm bored. Isn't there something fun to do? Oh yeah, bowling. If we have never seen bowling or bowled before, there is no way we would ever want to bowl. A person who has tried pizza once will want to eat it again the next time. And a person who has played computer games will want to play it again. Then, we can see that experience is also a lump of energy and has gravitation. In other words, it can also be said to be desire. We modern people have so many of these experiences piled up in our minds that the desires that arise from them are also immeasurable. It has more city people than country people. There was a British thinker named Russell. He once went to a remote village in Africa. There he was greatly surprised. What gives these people so much fun all day when they don't have much fun? Why are they dancing, eating, and drinking in excitement? He thought it was strange. Modern civilized people have so much and have so much to enjoy. So why are they more unhappy than them? It is a matter of course. Have those natives ever seen the movie? Have you ever watched TV? Have you ever had entertainment? They have almost no experience with modern conveniences. That's why they can't even have a desire for them. Let's take another example. If you give a diamond and a cookie to a child and an adult in most cases, the child will pick the cookie and the adult will pick the diamond. Why? This is because adults know the value of diamonds empirically, and children do not. In very primitive times, diamonds were played with as just toys, even if it's an adult. In the end, we can see that experience, knowledge about something has gravitation and acts as desire. The collection of experiences, which is a component of our mind, has an instinct to maintain itself because it is a mass of energy. Let's explain this easily. Let's say there is a desk here. If one person has learned that it is a tiksan Korean, and the other person has learned that it is a desk, these two people will fight, each claiming that they are right. Then, if several people show up at once and take the side of the person who said it was a desk, the person who has lived his entire life thinking that a desk is a tiksan will be very angry and upset. Why does this phenomenon happen? You can call it a tiksan Korean, you can call it a desk, you can call it an apple. It is up to the person to decide. It is nothing more than a social promise. But why do I feel bad? This is because our experience itself has an instinct to maintain itself. This is what happens when we fight with each other. Due to differences of opinion, both are correct. There is no such thing as 100 correct in this world. Why? This is because language itself is not perfect. That is why it is said that truth cannot be expressed in words. Is a rainbow 7 colors? No. There are so many subtle colors lying in between. Then the rainbow is not 7 colors. Apples are red. You're welcome. Some apples are yellow and some are blue. That guy is a bad guy. No. Even bad people have good points. If you say that, it is wrong. No, that is only partly true. If 10 people talk about a certain fact, what each of those 10 people say is partially correct. The only difference is who gets hit more and who gets hit less. Language is so imperfect. However, because we humans know and assert knowledge in this imperfect language, as if it is 100 correct, we end up fighting with others, which makes us feel bad. Even if I win the fight, I don't feel very good, because that is not love. In this way, we believe in the knowledge we have and assert it. Then, when someone strongly opposes that claim, they struggle to protect that knowledge. This is because our experience, knowledge itself has the inertia to protect itself. Its collapse is equivalent to one's death. Religious knowledge is no exception, because that cannot escape the scope of knowledge and experience anyway. In the end, I-ego, the collection of our human experiences, strongly insists on and tries to protect itself to maintain its existence. And this shows that energy itself has the law of inertia. Lastly, law of action and reaction. Since the human mind is also a lump of energy, the law of action and reaction comes into play. When we travel a long way, we feel the desire to rest. Likewise, our mind also has the action of trying to release that gravity. Behind the action of gravity, let me explain with an analogy. Let's say there is a drop of water and a large body of water like the ocean. This water drop tries to maintain itself, but it knows that one day it will evaporate or disappear in the sunlight. Therefore, the water drop itself has the instinct to become one with a being larger than itself to maintain its integrity. When a small water droplet and a large water droplet are close together, the small water droplet sticks to the large water droplet. In other words, the part has an instinct to become one with the whole. In fact, for a water drop to preserve itself forever, all it has to do is jump into the ocean. All you have to do is become one with the sea. For humans, there is a phenomenon called love as a function to lose oneself and become one with the whole. When we are in love, we can escape for a moment from the mind's gravitation desire to exist by constantly pulling something, because just pulling is so tiring. Love must sacrifice the gravity of one's own heart. It is impossible to love with the gravity of one's own heart. That is, with desire or greed. If you love with the gravity of one's own heart, that love will be 100 broken. How can a water drop become one with the ocean while retaining its true form? To become one with the sea, the water drop must abandon its appearance. Love is like this too. You cannot love another person properly if you do not sacrifice I-ego, which is a collection of your experiences. A man who thinks that once a woman gets married, she should only do housework at home cannot properly love a woman who does not think that way. If you love someone, you have to sacrifice your thoughts, if it is the other person's happiness. Love is impossible without the sacrifice of I-ego. A person who only loves I-ego cannot love properly. Humans need love. Why? Because through love, we can discover our essence, life, love, by sacrificing the gravity, desire, greed of I-ego. It is said that love comes with heart-touch, and that heart-touch is the death and sacrifice of I-ego. Only when I-ego die, our essence of life, love, harmony, freedom finally shine. However, most people are afraid of ego's death. That's why, when you fall in love at some point, you feel like I want to get away from you. The saying you become more mature as it hurts is another way of saying that you discovered your essence, life, love, through the death of I-ego. Since I will have to talk about love again later, I will stop at this point.